Okay, today we're going to be talking about earliners. These are the earliners that I use. I've used a bunch of different ones in the past, but these right here, if I'm mounting your deer as a customer or whatever, these are the Kerry Cochran's earliners. They're readily available. They got good sizes to them. They match really well. It's just what I prefer to use. There's a bunch of different ones out there on the market. Feel free to use what you want, but a lot of the same concepts go hand in hand. So now I've got a deer I'm going to mount today. Oh Lord, I've got to get this. Clay. I've got a deer that I'm going to mount today, and thought I'd go ahead and do a little bit of a video on ears or earliners. So first thing I do is I got me some paint thinner in a spray bottle. I spray my earliners. They've got a residue on them. I like to just spray them. Set them aside and kind of let them dry a little bit. And it really works faster if you'll take them, if you don't care to make a mess, and you can sling them dry. When you're in a hurry, you kind of figure a lot of things out. That's why I'm on here. Show y'all kind of what I do. Now, the way I do things does not mean that it is the right way. It is the way that I prefer to do it. It is the way that I've tested and found out it works good for me. So, with that being said, I used to scratch my earliners, and sometimes I still do scratch my earliners. I prefer not to. I hate doing it. It takes a lot of time. If you're going to do it, you got to do every square inch of it, you know, to make sure you get a good bond and all that. But throughout the years of studying, researching, everybody knows it. They know who he is, Clint Rickey. He's won some world, something all over my table. But he's won a lot of competitions, and this is one of the preferred ways that he likes to do it. And as I've took it into my shop and found out that it works pretty well, and now that's what I do. Frosted glass. Nothing else. Frosted glass works really well. If you take lycra thinner and spray on these and get all the oily residue or mold release, whatever's on them, and get them off, and then hit them pretty heavy on one coat with frosted glass. Let them sit there and cure. Doesn't take long, but what I do is I typically prep mine before I start getting ready to get my deer and everything mounted. But I prep it first with a heavy coat. Right before I'm ready to stick the ears, you know, right before I get ready to put glue on the ears and stick them into the cape, I will lightly mist a coat of this on there. What I'm going to do first is get me some clay, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of get my ear butts formed onto these earliners. Now, depending on the size of the deer, depends on the size of the earbud. You can always come back if you feel like you've got too much. You can take it off or take it out. And then you can always come in if you feel like you've not got enough and take it out. No rocket science to this. First thing I do is kind of get an oblong shape on both of them. And squeeze it up on, and then I feather out. But you're just trying to get it preformed. Doesn't have to be super pretty. Some people spend a lot of time with them. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. If I have a real short-haired Cape deer, I will sit here and get this pretty spot on the way I want it. But if you have a deer that is really thick haired, if you have a little bit of inconsistency or whatever, you can just kind of mash it around. You're not going to see a lot of that. Then go on to the next one. Now, competition wise, and I'm not going to go into no whole lot of detail of that, but I will say that I am entering in a competition this year, not no bragging rights or nothing, but it's basically to see how far along I've came. I want to get some criticism from some really good guys. Or I say criticism, I want to get critiqued. I want to know if I'm improving any, because got into this business and it was kind of spur of a moment type deal. I was talked into a lot of my good buddies and friends, family. Hey, you need to do it. I believe you'll do well. Long story short, I had just the job that I was in was I was not happy. So I took advantage of kind of what fell into my hands and went with it. And here we are. So I'm trying to see how far I've grown and how much I can learn to continue to grow. Now, I got them there. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do for now. As far as clay work, I'm about out of this. I need to get some more. But just like so. Nothing super crazy. I'm just spreading it all on there. Making sure I got good coverage. It doesn't matter if it runs just a hair. That is all I'm doing. I'm gonna let that tack up. And once it starts to tack, I'm gonna take a plastic bag and I'm gonna set them down inside of a plastic bag, just so my clay doesn't start drying out, which not really, I ain't gotta really worry about it drying out because it ain't gonna be that long before I stick them in. But yeah, that's how I prep earliners. Super easy, super fast. Nothing to it. Like I said, there's more ways of doing it. This is the way that I do it, and try it sometime. It works really well. I will link a link down below on the Rust-Oleum frosted glass, and I will leave a link on the clay too as well. I use all kinds of different clay, but as far as the earliners go, you'll have to get them to whoever your taxidermy supply company is, and just about everybody has them. But I hope you enjoyed this, guys. If you liked it, please like. Hey, and don't forget, subscribe to my channel and don't miss out on a video.